Hello everyone, my name is Rufila Tamaha Island. I'm South African and I'm currently living in the US. So I moved from South Africa in 2020 and I moved to South Korea. From South Korea, now I'm currently in the US. So Rufila, hi wena, kanjani, ge pandemic wena, sukala. Ganjani, tell us more, sister. Okay. Mina, when I left my country, Saudi, I was going to South Korea to teach English, okay? What's got a highway? And then lapu fika kanjani? Okay, mangan nzofika lapu. Can you ngicela ungi alawe, okay? So what happened is that I left South Africa and I went to South Korea in 2020 on March 19th, and I went to teach English, okay? So this was my new journey. This is my new journey. I was excited about it. I was nervous, scared at the same time. But my Asian, they're known to be like very racist towards black people. I was very skeptical with all the online reviews of people sharing their experiences. Kichurile, baba, kichurile, okay? Nah, I'm South African. The next thing, papa, go to Korea. Ofitla kwa, urutewa nama Korean is ho. Understand that nervousness, creeper in. Hi, baby girl, I was like, you know what? God, I pack all my things. I live with 2 suitcases, everything, and is in your hands. It's at the peak of the pandemic. My parents were angry. Papa kana say happy laganya norwena. COVID go Asia when now I so why? And at the time when I left South Africa, that's when the skiing competition by 5 families by tracker. That is when the pandemic. And my paperwork was already ready. I was going to China. Then I switched my paperwork to be ready for South Korea because I was like, China is not the right place anymore because my city was like not too far from Wuhan. My parents are like, I will go. So I was like, okay, quick, South Korea. They only had 12 cases then. Then I was like, let me switch my paperwork for South Korea. And then I left. People like, hi, when I switch, and I always make a way. If this does not work, plan A does not work, I'll try B. B doesn't work, I try C. C doesn't work, I try D. I'm not the person when someone tells me you cannot go there, I'll just give up. No, if you say I cannot go there, okay, fine, I'll go there. Instead of here, I'll go there. You have to always have that fighting spirit of fighting and wanting things to be done, even if there's limitation, blockage, or whatever reason. Okay? So, tell us more. What time is it? I need to take out my garbage. 8 o'clock. Okay, still 80. Guy with like an 8. Okay, so tell us more. So I quit Korea. I was very shocked. Okay, culture shock. First thing, you cannot even read design. Everything is in Korean. Like, but one number, and then the rest are Turkey. But only one English word. The rest is Korean or Mudimuak. So right. Understand command. You have to take pictures, you have to take the app, scan things on an app, translation apps. Papago saves life, okay? Papago is save my pill in saving for naga it let you screenshot the store because if you shoot a snap or get translated or get the screenshot from the website, it translating things because wow, without that Google Translator translator mana Papago is like a Korean app, so it's more accurate than Google Translate. The food, everything was like, okay, Korean food is all China. Understand? They eat normal food, so they have the cuisine is based on plant-based and a lot of soups, a lot of meat, a lot of pork and chicken. So beef is a luxury in Korea. So if you're buying beef, you pay more because like people buy chicken, beef, pork, and pork most of the time. So I had to adjust to that, and at the same time I was a weight loss journey. So I was like, you know what, people, they leave South Africa to go to China or Korea or other countries to teach English, to find themselves on a journey of self-discovery. I was one of those. I wanted to lose weight, I wanted to save money, I wanted to realign my life, because hey baby girl, I was going through the most. But anyway, I see collab. So as I was telling you, and then I got to South Korea. I was teaching in a private institution which is known as the Hagwon. I will be sharing my process, how I did my paperwork myself, how I went to South Korea, and what schools to look out for, what platforms to check out schools. And things might be different now due to pandemic, so you might be wanting to join different groups where you can find other South Africans who are in the process of the journey of transitioning to either South Korea or China. But China, I'm not too sure what's there, because I think people are cutting contracts and people are going back. People are switching to Korea because it's not as stable as before. So yeah, I went to South Korea as an ESL English teacher in Bona. The first few months, it was a culture shock. Adjustment took me a while, because I was still struggling on the language barrier and everything written in Korean, and I always have to go with the phone, and I was the only foreigner in my immediate city, so I would not see anyone like me. People would be staring at me. The normal, the normal to Asian culture, not to us. They always stare, they always want to take pictures, but Korea is like more respectful. They're not like rude, take pictures while you're working or anything funny like that. No, some places people had experiences like that, but personally I didn't have any experience with that. I found Korean people more respectful when it comes to you being foreign. They'll see that you're different, they'll just look at you and they'll look away and mind their own business. So which one thing I like about Korean people, they like minding their own business. If you find one coming out of their way to come and disturb your peace, that one is brave. But generally they have like, you mind your own things, I won't mind my own things, because there's a lot of suing that can be done, because they like suing people. If you come my way, you touch me or anything or hit me, you pay me. So people, they always keep to their own. So which I like the most about the culture. Hundreds, I get baby girl, when I get Korea teacher English, Hagwon life, thagi. Hagwon life is like the ghetto, but you know what? Since you want to go to a public school, or you didn't have time, I didn't have the time to apply for a public school, right? So I was not going to be able to make it anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'll just take a Hagwon, and my God, make sure the school is good. And it was the first year of the school, and I was like, I was the only foreign teacher, so they didn't know what to refer to, and I didn't know what to refer to. So I just made it my own and made it fun and very exciting for the kids and myself, because wow, 1 year is a long time for you to be stuck up and bored. So I made friends, I met other South Africans. It was nice and amazing. But I only met the other South Africans once I met my then fiance, now husband. So I was in Korea for how long before I met my husband? Hey, when I baby girls, he's like, tell us more. When did you? Okay, so I met my husband in South Korea. Okay. I met my husband in South Korea. So he was also in South Korea. He was there for like, I think 8 months before I got there, and he was leaving in 5 months. So we met and we started dating, and 4 months we dated 4 months, and 2 days before he had to leave, he proposed and asked me to be his wife. And I was like, right, we just started seeing each other, but we had a connection, we loved each other, like we clicked. So everything was like quick, but we shared so much together. Like still during the pandemic. We're still in the pandemic. Why will I say it was during the pandemic? It was still a pandemic. So most of the time we spent it together. We did all these other things where like just two people. We went to different places, even though there were restrictions of traveling at that time for him. from his work, saying that he should not leave his immediate city or town. So we had to make sure that we make fun, exploring activities, exploring food, because we both love food, and traveling. So we went around the city to find different Korean food that we like to explore. It was so amazing. Tell me something about Korea that you will never forget. The food is amazing. One thing we both agree on, me and him. So we went on a food quest and explored different foods and different cuisine styles, and yeah, it was amazing. And shortly he had to leave. So Motushuri, will you marry me? Boom, my boy, it's amazing. I was sad because I'm like, okay, but celebrate, and now I had to start the visa process. So the visa process took like almost a year. So we were apart and in a long distance relationship for almost a year. Okay, so I just made it 2 days before the actual year anniversary, or it did a 1 year apart. So what happened is that I still go on with my life, move from one school to another school, and I moved from the Seoul area because the greater Seoul area was so popular, and COVID is very heavy because half of the Korean population lives in Seoul. So I was like, I want to go to the initial epicenter of Korean pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic in Daegu. So I moved to Daegu. By that time, Daegu was like, numbers of Daegu were really going down, like down, but numbers in Seoul were not moving. So it's either this week there's always a lockdown, restrictions, school shutdowns, and that affected my salary. So I was like, you know what, I'm moving to a different city where I will not have much interruptions in case of that, because I need to save. Now I'm about to get married, you understand? So I wanted to make sure keep her chelete, keep her focused, keep her busy. I can go pandemic. I wanna live my life, because in the area around Seoul I didn't do much, because I was always like, my school would tell me not to go anywhere during holidays, or tell me not to go to places and stuff. There's too much around the Seoul area because a lot of people just go around places and spread the virus. So it's like, thank you, Seoul, you look amazing and beautiful, but now I have to move to other places. So I moved to Daegu. Daegu was amazing. That's where I made the most memories of my Korean time. I met beautiful, amazing people. I met friends that are long life. I call them long life friends, long lasting friendships that I would like to sustain with them, because wow, what amazing people they are. Shout out to Janelle, Jacob, and Mr. Kenneth May. You guys have been amazing, and I will never forget you in my whole life. My friend Zonke from Daegu, Katleho, Lujan, as well as my best friend from Seoul, my first school, South African friend first friend I met in South Korea, Tanta. So that was a very special lady that I'll always love forever, because she helped me move from my previous city to Daegu. So she came all the way to pack all my stuff. I love her so much, and I'll always be like the one friend I can consider from that specific town and city that really took their time to invest in my life, and we shared so many beautiful memories, and even now we still call each other on a weekly basis to just keep the friendship going and keeping in touch. Yeah, Tanda Tsoa, I love you, my friend. Miss Vicky, I love you. Yes, and all my friends that have been so good in my journey, my friends I met in the whole South Korean journey, Luanda, Nico, Robin, Keslin, America, Mpo, Stay, Lexi, Mpo, all of those beautiful people that I've met in this Korean journey, and most South African, amazing people. We're good people and we're lovely people, and that's what I like about our culture. It's like Ubuntu. Like I've seen Ubuntu in South Korea from my fellow South Africans, and I've seen other people, but most of my friends were South African and American, so which is like a beautiful mixture. I don't know why God always gravitated me towards American, but I found myself being in the hands of beautiful, amazing people that took care of me and prepared me for my next chapter in America, told me what to do, which places to go, what to try out, and I'm happy. So I met my fiance then, and then I moved to the US on the 3rd of October. And we moved to US to be with my husband, and I wanted to move in November. Initially the plan was to move in November once my paperwork was finalized. So my paperwork was finalized in September, and I was like, I'm just going to stay 2 more months or 3 more months so I can prep my paperwork, ship my boxes, all my clothes and everything that I need to move with. Then I'll be able to be ready to settle down with my husband. But my husband was like, oh, we missed our birthdays apart. I missed your birthday, you missed my birthday, you missed our anniversary. Now we're going to be missing our 1-year anniversary. We missed our engagement anniversary, so that's going to be a long wait. Do you really want to do that? I was like, okay, you know what, we can always say we want to save enough money, but I already saved enough money, and now it's just me honoring my other part of my contract with my employer. But I was like, you know what, sometimes you have to choose yourself. Sometimes you have to disappoint other people, because people always put themselves first. If you don't put yourself first, people will not put you first. So I thought to myself, this was a time and my moment to think about my next chapter and my future household duties that I need to take up, you know. And that time my husband was also being told that he has to move soon, so now I had to come to you as soon as possible so I can prep my paperwork so I can be able to travel with him to his next station. So yeah, so I got here on the 3rd of October, and then I came that time go in because I missed our engagement anniversary. So on our engagement anniversary, that's when we got married. Yes, I got married on the engagement anniversary, which was like beautiful, you know. Magical, simple. We went to a courthouse and then we signed and we promised our lives together forever together, you know. Yes, yeah, we just exchanged our vows before the judge and sealed our vows, and he I officiated, and then yeah, Ranyala. So now the next chapter for us is me traveling back with him to South Africa with some of his family members, so we can have a South African wedding. You know, if our home, our chulugamadi, our lemunyanya, our jaiva, our paka di kuku, our asaka tungisi, it's not a wedding. So now we're gonna have like that part for South Africa. So yeah, for now sabia mazono, and then lena watso moteo patela lobola, so saitukisha wanaba too, but all in due time he will be coming. And yes, I'm excited. That's the only part. Can you want to already judging me? My game that day, the day ya munyanya. I sing na plampedi, but Tom didn't tell what had the what do 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 ke mo pedi wa tsela khatla moto ti 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 ke ya ga tsona tšeo o se bana dira tše a se lenyala se munyanya. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm a piano at my wedding. Cause I moon, hey, I want all of that. So I told him, he sees every time when I dance like, oh, nah, more drunk woman night. So I want him to see that too. So yeah. So now YouTube channel, like it's about, you know, my YouTube channel is all about going to be about my new chapter, my journey from Korea to the US. How was Korea? I moved at the peak of a pandemic, and in less than a year, or in less than 2 years, I've moved to a different country. I've moved between 3 continents in less than 2 years, which is amazing, and it's been God. Yo, Mudim, it's been amazing in this whole journey. This is the best time of my life. You know, the Korean chapter was, you know, when there's a verse in the Bible that say, you will reap even in time of famine. That's how I felt. Like, that's the most money I've made in my whole working career. That's the most money I've saved in my whole entire life. in that time is a time where the world was not in the right time, space, everything like that. But when he is doing something in your life, he will move you around to places in situations that are not ideal. And it's not even about the book or human standard of how you should do things. So now I found myself here in the US, living my life with love of my life, and I'm so excited for our journey, because yeah, mutokwan rata. Like, that's one thing that made me to stay in Korea in the long distance relationship. Throughout everything, I knew that my man loves me, and that's what I was looking forward to. You know, I was looking forward to that, and I kept myself safe, I kept myself protected, I kept myself loyal, I kept myself like prayed up, because I knew like the devil always want to disrupt your mind about loneliness and all the void and depression and all that, but I beat that. And when I tell you that every journey you should not go alone. That's why our ancestors were protected, but at the same time, we need to invite them in every places we travel, as well as invite God. And and then so this is me saying that I hope that you guys come and like, share and subscribe, and stop telling your friends about me. Tell them to come here on YouTube, okay? Tell them to come on YouTube to follow, subscribe, share, like. My Instagram handle is refilwe94, REFILOE 94, okay? REFILOE 94 on Instagram, or you can find me with my name, Refilwe Tamaga dash Island, or you can find me as Refilwe Tamaga. I think I'm wearing something like this. Yeah, you'll find me. So yeah, so I hope you like, share, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. And I hope you guys can interact as well with us, because I'll be sharing my new journey. So I've created my travels around Texas, exploring different cities around Texas, as well as the US. In between all the day trips that we do around the city, I also try to put on my YouTube so you guys can see it. So yay, hope you guys enjoyed this, and Bona, I can't wait to bless Sepedi, because I told my husband, babe, this channel I'm also creating it at the same time, so I can be able to give Sepedi now in between, because I only speak English now, and when I speak Sepedi is only understand. So sometimes get the express there, like I wish I was home. Get my fontaine, get my fontaine, get my propaganda, get my like lena ke konka ke be ke titukisa man ke kre makeup artist anzo se lena ke konka go be monate man, like those things. My piano genre ke tsamele di sale at the peak, isale after the small maphodisa fell at that time, but ma sa tsena bo lodge di sa tsena by the time ke tsamaya. But after, during the pandemic, it was like it evolved really. Like I'm like, hi, siyabonga. Get number YouTube, I'm listening, I'm enjoying. Yeah, dancer, all the dance move, the lyrics, get like disappointed. I know all of them. Most of them get it over, and I'm proud of myself. And then this one time I met the South Africans, and they're like, hi girl, you know the lyrics. I was like, me, I'm always here, AirPods mode, baba. I don't play, I listen to the songs, the beats, and it's beautiful. And I say shout out to my SAPs and all my South Africans, fellow South Africans, I love you. My new American friends, I love you too. And to all my Sabusa people, and following thing and ganan la go YouTube link following ni wa lalela story sami inspire ngintshele ukuthi Isindebele incane man, umhlaba mkhulu, kwaNdebele incane, umhlaba mkhulu. But I'm blessed to have known beautiful people like Isindebele people. The culture is amazing. So I can't wait to speak that language too. This is a language ke bua after Sepedi, ke bua Sepedi fluent, ke bua Isindebele fluent, ke bua Zulu plus I'm multilingual, so I speak like 8 languages. Yes, but most I don't know how to write them, but I can speak and listen and have a conversation with people. So yes, that is me. Hope to see you soon. So next time, I call my husband Malumi Bobi. His name is Bobby Island. So little Mona Malumi Bobi. Get to know us through the questions, together, having conversations about long distance relationship, traveling together, review a dijo. So yeah, stay tuned. Tlogela gore chomi khatla o bontsha chomi ya gago dinepe tša ko mmotse gore ha chomi umoni babe o nyetse mmotse a follow ne ko Instagram ke nna refile _ and say _ refile 94, and then mo YouTube a subscribe a go no kra di details ska go ka wena, understand? Chomi khatla chomi a reng chomi o rileng follow, okay? So get to next time. Love. See you next time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe.